Hey, this is David Large Smith, author of the critically acclaimed book, Straighten Up and Fly Right. And I wanted to just share with you a quick tip on personal development and how to overcome adversity. Now, I want you to think of your mind as a fertile piece of soil or a garden, and to think of negative emotions and negativity as weeds. I bring this up because it's spring. I'm out here like my neighbors addressing the issues in my yard, and I've got weeds everywhere. Now, I haven't done anything to promote weeds or to propagate weeds. I haven't put down any fertilizer for weeds. I haven't oxygenated the soil for weeds, but yet I have a healthy crop of weeds in my backyard, rather all over my house. So it made me think negativity and negative emotion pop into our head without any prompting. Sometimes, life happens to us all. Things happen and things trigger. But we need to understand a couple of fundamental principles. One is the principle of manifestation, which states that what we think about will determine how we feel, right? And how we feel will determine how we act. And how we act and what we do will determine the results we get. So the second thing that we have to do in order to overcome adversity and negative emotions and negative feelings is we simply have to give meaning to the things that happen to us. Now, make no mistake, this is a challenging skill, but a skill nonetheless, and a skill that you can develop. So it's important to understand when you are in the throes of a negative emotion, how that will ultimately and how it can ultimately affect the results that you get. Now, we're the only species on the planet who can do this, right? We are the top of the food chain for a reason, and it's because we can give meaning to what happens to us. And so what you have to do when the weeds pop up, when the negativity pops up, is you basically have to subtract that negative emotion for a positive emotion. And this is where your affirmations come in. This is where your declarations come in. This is where having a clear concept of what you want to achieve and where you want to go comes in, so you can subtract or substitute again that negative emotion for a positive emotion. So ultimately, what we all have to do is we have to use the principle of manifestation and understand that our thoughts are the causes for the effects in our lives. We have to understand the universal law of causality and make sure that we're living reciprocally with these particular laws. And just take the effort to develop the skill set to substitute those negative emotions and be cognizant of your negative emotions. So those are just two things you can start to do right away. And if you do that, you can start your process to straighten up and fly right.